What's going on, DJs? Today, I'm breaking down everything you need to know to build a real DJ career and get started DJing in 2025. So, I get this question all the time. How much does it cost to really start DJing? Whether you're thinking about buying your first setup or wondering if you should upgrade, I want to give you no fluff, the honest breakdown of gear, software, education, and extras that you'll want to budget for, plus some real world tips on how to make your money go further in your DJ career. All right, let's talk about the basics, essentials, gear, software. First things first, what gear do you actually need to start DJing in 2025? Well, there's many options, there's wide essentials, but it's going to boil down to this: either a DJ controller, CDJs, turntables, also headphones, speakers or monitors, DJ software if you're just starting out. So, again, if you're just starting out, I'm going to highly recommend you go the controller route. Controllers combine hardware and software into one package, and you can find solid beginner options anywhere from $100 to $600. Popular models include the Pioneer DDJ SB3, Newmark Mixed Track, and Native Instruments entry-level gear as well. Turntables are awesome. That's the first thing I bought when I started DJing, the Newmark Battle Pack. But turntables also can be a little bit pricey. A good pair with a mixer can easily run you over 1,000. Plus, you'll need vinyl and potentially extra gear for like an audio interface. But for beginners, that might be a lot to upfront. All right. You might not have that $1,000, but you might not even have to go the vinyl route too. You might go, if you want to go digital, it's possible, but still, again, that's going to be very costly compared to if you get a controller. Now let's talk about headphones. You don't have to, again, you don't got to drop $300 on top of the line headphones right away. You can grab yourself a decent pair of DJ headphones for about $50 to $100 that will last you a while. All right. Again, you don't have to drop 300 on headphones. $50 to $100 will last you quite some time. Now, speakers. This is definitely trickier. If you're practicing at home, you might want to just get good studio monitors or even regular speakers, which can range from 100 to 400 for a decent set. But for gigs, this is different. You probably rent or use your venue system at first. And again, that depends on if you want to DJ in the clubs. But if you don't want to DJ in the clubs, you want to be a mobile DJ. Of course, you're going to have to go out and buy your own quality speakers. Again, 400 can get you entry level anywhere from 4 to 900. You can start off with some EVs, 12ZLEs. They're pretty good. I started off with those speakers, had them for quite some time until I upgraded to the RCF Art 935A. Now let's talk software. DJs, man, we know you got your Serato, you got your record box, Tractor, and DJ. Some controllers come bundled with software licenses, so that may factor in. But many of these offer free or lifetime versions. All right. So Serato, once you pay, I believe I paid I want to say 250 lifetime version, free upgrades. I've used Tractor for a little bit. I'm not sure how they work, but I'm pretty sure it's lifetime upgrades. Record box as well, especially if you want to be in the club. Record box is definitely highly recommended, and I believe Record box is free upgrades as well. But for a full version of some of these DJ softwares, this can cost you anywhere from 100 to 250. All right. Or you might pay a monthly subscription fee if you go with something like Algorithm DJ Pro. That's something you can definitely use. So for a beginner DJ, setup realistically may look around anywhere from $350 to $800 to get your hands on everything you need to start mixing. All right. So we're under $1,000. That to me is a great start to start mixing, and you probably can even go a lot cheaper than that. Now let's talk about building your skills, education, and practice. All right, gear is the only part of the story. To really get good, you want to invest in learning and practice. There are tons of free tutorials on YouTube, which are great for getting started without spending anything. But if you want faster results and more structured lessons, online courses, or even private coaching, that can cost anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on how deep you want to go. You also got workshops and in-person lessons, which tend to be pricier, but they're great for hands-on experience and feedback. Also, don't forget the time cost. Practicing regularly is key, but also building your music library is important, especially if you're buying tracks legally. You might spend $10 to $15 per track, or subscribe to a DJ pool for about $20 to $30 to access monthly large libraries, right? And the best part, when I started DJing back in 2007, I was in college. I had two good friends at the time who were DJs. They still DJ, but I was able to just hang out with them, watch them DJ, and then go back to my apartment and practice DJing. So I watched them for free, understood what they were doing, try to replicate and practice and practice. So to me, I feel like you don't need to spend money on that. You really got to practice, and YouTube is really great for that. But practice is important, but also when you get opportunities to play out, make sure you play out. So that could be the open crates gigs or the open gigs. Go out, play out in the community, get online and play. Start a YouTube account, get on Mixcloud, get on SoundCloud, record your mixes. Very important. All right. Let's talk about extras and hidden costs. Now, sometimes we don't think about that at first, but things can add up quickly. Think about it. Like when I first started off, I wasn't getting bags or cases to protect my gear, which was a big mistake, a huge mistake, right? Cases and bags to protect your gear can cost anywhere from from $50 to $250. Can get pricey. Also, cables. Think of cables. Your laptop. If you're not doing speed route, a laptop stand. If you are a CDJ user, USB drives. Also, adapters will add up as well. Now, think about this. You want to really put yourself out there. Branding and marketing, which is crucial. You can do a lot of that for free, but eventually you're going to have to shell out some money, especially if you want a website. You're going to have to shell out some money, all right, every month. This will help you grow your DJ career, your brand, all right. And building a website might cost you around maybe $100 to $200 a year, just paying monthly for certain things. Think about it. You're getting a logo. You may want to do social media ads, maybe promo materials. Just can vary side at least a couple $100 to start. If you're booking gigs, consider travel expenses, clothing, uniforms, sometimes even insurance or permits depending on where you live. And yes, insurance is a real thing, especially for us mobile DJs out there. You got to get insurance. And my best suggestion is just get the gear plan. Don't pay gig by gig. That's something I did starting off. Not smart. One company I went with was Canopy. They were great. You can get insurance for the day, literally on the spot. But that to me is very foolish. You can get, my insurance plan. I think it's 300. No, 300 a year, and they cover over up to $1.5 million worth of damage or gear. My clients, I provide them a COI. They're covered as well. The venues are covered, and it's less than $300. It's about like $297. So think about it. Go get yourself some insurance. And then finally, gear repair or replacements. That's part of the game. Things break, things have to be replaced, But it's also important when you buy gear, if you have an opportunity to get a warranty plan, go get the warranty plan. Do it. Those couple, $50, $75 for a warranty for years, I'm telling you, it's gonna help you out a lot. Because a lot of times I try to do the cheap route. No, I'm not gonna spend the 75, and you end up buying the equipment again, and you end up wasting more money, right? Budget a small emergency fund, maybe 10% of your gear budget to cover unexpected fixes. It's very important. Now let's talk about what you can expect to spend in total. All right. Man, again, for a beginner DJ on a budget, expect to spend anywhere around $400 to $1,000 upfront, including basic gear and software. If you want to invest in some coaching or courses, add another 100 to 500. Marketing also can be anywhere from 200 to 500, depending on how serious you want to get. Maybe you want to spruce up a Google business page, which is very important, and maybe run ads to get clientele. Think about it. So, a realistic total for starting out is anywhere between 700 and 2,000, depending on how much you want to invest up front. If you're more serious and want pro level gear, gigs, and branding, that number can grow quickly. But remember, you can always start small, and scale as you grow. Very important. You don't have to go in big bang. Start small, work your way up. All right. So in total, that's a real breakdown of how much it costs to start DJing in 2025. Might seem like a lot, but with smart choices and steady practice, you can build your DJ career without breaking the bank. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button, share this episode with a DJ friend or friends. Also, check out the links in the description for recommended gear and resources. I appreciate y'all. It's DJ Reese, so we create the vibes podcast. Let me know, as a beginner DJ, what is your budget like every month? What are you spending? All right. It's very important. Make sure you keep track of that, DJs. I'm signing out. Peace.